Wagwan people, Wagwan tea sippers, Wagwan me generals. How are you all doing? I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're feeling IRIE as we have another jam-packed pick a card reading for you today. In today's reading, we are exploring who is thinking about you and why. So get your tea, get your water, get your juice. Hey, because we're going to be sipping. Ooh la la. Hey. Water tea. Tea sippers. Water tea. Tea sippers. Water tea. Welcome to Supply. Yeah. So we have pile one, pile two, and pile three. Pile one, we have unresolved feelings. There are still feelings I haven't addressed. Ooh la la. For pile two, we have thinking of you. You cross my mind, often even in silence. For pile three, we have a hopeful reunion. Okay? I hope we can reunite one day. So go to the pile that is calling you. So if you feel drawn to one pile, go to that pile. Okay? If you're asking, okay, or you're feeling like, I'm not too sure what pile, you know, Auntie T style is, I like to go through each pile, take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay? Because if you feel drawn to a read, you know, I do feel like other parts of the reading can also be relevant to you as well. So you just take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? So, big up to you all, okay? It's Auntie T Dea, okay? Meaning we are here. Auntie T Dea, okay? Jamaican patois for we're here, okay? I'm here, okay? Had to take a I had to take a break, child. I had to take a break. It was like every time I was like, I'm gonna do this read, and it was like, whew, just feeling like tired. So it was like, whew, we gotta work on this tiredness. We're gonna work on this, child. We're gonna work on this. Okay, and for those who's been here with me, you may have known that I've been dealing with long COVID and things like that. So thank you for rocking with me, for vibing with me, jamming with me. Okay, Auntie T loves you back and more. Okay, so we're gonna get through these reads. Okay, we're gonna get back into our swing of things. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy these juicy, intuitive gems that want to come through. Okay, the reads may be shorter than usual because we want to kind of, get some reads into fruition. Okay, because we've missed out. So we know that we've got like a month worth of catching up to do. Okay, so let's get on with this read, okay? Let us know what you are sipping in the comments, okay? I'm sipping on some water today, so let us know what you are sipping on. And big up yourself in the big up yourself, okay? Let us know where you're from so we can big you up in the comments as well. We're catching up on that as well. So forgive me on that, okay? But Auntie T had to take a little break. But we're back for you, okay, our tea sipper nieces and nephews, all right? So, pile one, pile two, or pile three, okay? But before we begin, we like to bring in good vibrational energy into our reads, okay? So let's begin. Thank you, universe. Thank you, spirit guides. Thank you, guardian angels. Thank you, ancestors, for the messages that we are about to receive in today's reading. Who's thinking about you and why? May these messages resonate with the collective so they can use these messages, these intuitive messages, to strengthen their own intuition and their discernment so they can trust their use of discernment, their intuition, but also to enable them to develop the tools so they can be their own intuitive reader. Thank you, thank you, thank you in abundance. Hey! Woo! We're going to see you on the other side. Gwan. Wagwan, people. Wagwan tea sippers. Wagwan mid-generals. So we're on pile 1 and we're exploring who's thinking about you. Hey, who's thinking about you? What? Hey, who's thinking about you and why? Who is thinking about you and why? Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Before we begin, before we get into these reads, Auntie T has missed you all. Auntie T has missed you all. So if you are new here, big up, what? Big up, big up every time. Much love and blessings from Auntie T to our subscribers, our tea sippers, our generals. Big up, what? Big up, what? Big up every time. What? Big up, what? Big up, big up every time. Big up, what? Big up every time. Much love and blessings to you all. Thank you for the love. I hope you feel that love. And I'm sending you that love, okay? We're sending you the good vibrations, okay? I know Auntie T loves you all right? And thank you for rocking and vibing with Auntie T. It's been a while, but we're going to be catching up because we got some gems. We got some gems, okay? So let us know what you're sipping today. Put it in the comments down below, okay? And let us know where you're from so we can big you up same way in the comments, okay? We're playing catch up because I wasn't feeling too well, okay? We just had to get over, that feeling and work on getting ourselves feeling more energetic so we can, give you some good reads. So thank you for rocking with me and yeah, let's get into it, baby. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. So I'm sipping on water today. So let us know what you're sipping on, okay? We're going to start with a postcard, okay? Because I feel drawn to postcards. So we may pull one for each pile. Let's see what wants to come through. Let's see what postcard wants to come through before we begin. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Someone is thinking about you. Okay. Perhaps you and this person, they may have been a date. There could be a significant date between you and this person. It could also be when this person is alone or when they are doing like routine type of stuff. It could be just maybe doing some skincare. It could be just trying to like get themselves together for the morning or before bed. This is when they tend to get a lot of feelings about you, wondering what you're doing, wondering if you're thinking about them. Okay. There could also be something to do with sense, okay? Something to do with sense. Maybe it's a particular sense they walk, like they wear, okay? It could be some kind of, maybe like there was a smell that you came across recently and it may have brought some memories, or this could be vice versa, this could be the person as well. It feels like there could also be something to do with belongings. Maybe there is maybe like an item, or there could be something that you both share. It feels like there could be some kind of commonality between you and this person. Perhaps it could also be with you and this person, there was like a something shared that you enjoyed, and whether this person could be someone that you've known recently, or there has been like a longer time period. Okay, let's say 10, 20 years. Okay, it feels like there could be like a missed feeling, like you and this person used to share or have moments of fun. It feels like moments of fun, moments of enthusiasm on maybe a shared hobby, a shared interest, and it feels like there's a missed opportunity where maybe the two of you haven't. It feels like limited contact, and maybe reminiscing or missing those moments where you did enjoy something. It feels like it could be maybe for some of you, it could be something to do around something creative, film, art. It feels like it could also be maybe laughter, comedy. Okay, take it where it resonates. Foodie is coming to mind as well. Okay, so take it where it resonates. It could also resonate. So it could also be something to do with like a color, vibrant color. Okay, something that they've complimented you on. Okay, maybe it could also be for some of you. You might be in a let's say a period in your life where you are investing in your care, in your self-care, looking after yourself. And it feels like for some of you, you may have taken a hermit mode. Let's say you may have been in a hermit mode where you've just kind of not gone out much, and just kind of kept like a low profile, just working on yourself but quietly. And it feels like this is what is kind of evoking this energy of, I wonder what's going on with Jane, I wonder what's going on with John. Okay, now again, it could be someone that you know recent, someone from your recent past. It could be someone that you're in separation with, or it could be someone from like much longer. Okay, someone that you knew, like it says, like giving 10, 20 years, 30 years. It's giving that kind of vibe. Okay. Ooh la la. So let's see, Wagwan, you pile one. Oh, I forgot that part of the intro. You see, we're catching up. We're catching up, man. We're catching up. Okay, so Wagwan, if you are new here and you're not sure what Wagwan means, Wagwan is Jamaican patois, and it simply means what is going on. Okay, it's used as a greeting like hello, and it's used just say what is going on here. Okay, Wagwan. Okay, so that's what we're doing today. We're exploring in the cards, and if you hear from time to time, okay, we like to incorporate at Wagwan Tarot voice, singing, okay, intuitive, feeling, okay, we combine all of those things, bring it into the mix, okay. So if you don't know, okay, myself, Auntie T, I come from a Jamaican background, so I like to bring, all of those things that I grew up with, and provide it to you as well. And just to help you to see how you can use the little things that you were brought up on. Let's say if there was always a lot of music in your house, a lot of singing, you can use that into your readings, because again, we're not just about reading but also helping you to become your own intuitive reader. Okay, so welcome in. Right, let's get back in. Okay, that was just to catch up, okay, because Auntie T's been out of sync for a bit. Okay, so we have unresolved feelings. There are still feelings I haven't addressed. Okay, so there's still feelings that they haven't addressed. And it feels like those feelings can resurface when they are doing like routine stuff. Okay, we have chemistry. Our connection is undeniable. So our connection is undeniable. Okay, now I'm getting like this message to say pay attention to 4. We got these 4 hearts here. Now in numerology, in the tarot, okay, 4 can represent the energy of the emperor. Okay, it can represent, and the emperor represents like someone who's solid. Okay, someone who's the daddy of all daddies in the tarot deck. Okay, the king of all kings. Okay, the emperor embodies all of the kings in the court cards. Okay, it can also represent the energy of like someone who is who has a lot of authority. Okay, their strong energy of stability and security. Okay, and it feels like going back to that energy of the 4 representing stability, security, safety. It feels like when they are thinking of you, these are the things that come to mind. I can see clearly like the energy of the 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands represents like that threshold of abundance. Okay, that togetherness, and it feels like that is what there's a longing for. That there's also like a regret that perhaps the 2 of you haven't been able to see things eye to eye, or come to a conclusion on what you both want. It feels like there is some kind of fear that has held this person back, or has created sabotage. Okay, we could have been different. Things could have been different if I had acted. So there we go, but with the sabotage. Okay, sabotage. So I'm not sure if I did explain what the woy, but it's just a way of how I intuitively connect. Okay, woy is a Jamaican phrase, and it basically means wow. Okay, and that's what I'm doing. But I kind of do it in this when I'm singing. I'm kind of doing a run on the word. I'm running. Okay, if you're wondering. Okay, back to the read. Regret over silence. I regret not talking things through. So someone is in deep regret. Someone is wondering, again, that's bringing back that whole sense of safety, security, stability. They are wondering whether, you're still interested in them. What if they had done things differently, maybe the 2 of you still will be together. Okay. The song that's coming through is Mariah Carey, "We Belong Together." The song, the lyric that's coming through is, I can't sleep at night. In the radio. If you think you're holding now, know it, this is too late. The radio. If you know the song, yeah, you'll understand what I'm trying to what's going on. But I'm just trying to sing the rhythm as it's coming to me. But it's that part of the song is coming through. Okay. Yes. So it's something to do with, again, their routine. it feels like part of their daily routine is when you resurface. They put the radio on, and they may use that as a distraction, and or some music, and it's like there could be like a song, or there could be something, there could be a reference, like in the song there could be some kind of reference to something that you both had a commonality about. There was something you both shared, something of interest that you both shared, and then it brings back those undealt feelings. Okay, it feels like, again, because it's falling on pile one can represent the energy, and we do tend to have it in the reads, the energy of reconciliation, the energy of new beginnings. And this could be the regret. For some of you, it could be somebody who has regret of not taking action when they had the chance. It could also be the energy that somebody does want to come back. It could be that, again, if this is somebody way back, okay, they may be with somebody else, but they are in deep regret that if they did not take action, or if they did not sabotage, that they can be with you. Okay, take it where it resonates and leave the rest for others. We have lost chances. I feel like I lost my chance with you. And we have a first date. So again, we did get that energy earlier. Something significant about a date. I can't wait to get to know you better. I can't wait to get to know you better, baby. We've got regret of not taking action. I regret not making a move when I had the chance. So someone is in deep regret. Someone is in deep regret. Let's see how many cards we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7, 8, 9. Okay. We have hopeful beginnings. I see potential in us. Okay. It feels like someone could be saying right now when they're watching it, it's like, well, I'm done dating potentials. I'm done dating potentials. We have memories. Do you remember when we used to? So there is something that you both share. There is some kind of commonality, some shared interest. It keeps coming through. Okay. Ooh, la, la. We have 9 cards as well. 9 does represent the energy of independence. Okay. Coming into your own. Now it feels like the time of part, because it can, again, we mentioned hermit earlier, and the hermit does represent the energy of 9. Okay, it does also represent, let's say right now we're currently in Virgo season. Sorry, we just left Virgo. That's it. We just left Virgo season and we're approaching Libra season. So again, if you're watching this at a later time, the messages are always timeless, okay? But it right now, there is a strong energy of like someone who's coming into their own, and it could be that they, through those moments or those silent periods, or it feels like periods where they have tried to avoid, but life has kind of given them like the opportunity to sit down, and it feels like it could be when they're doing those routine kind of like rituals, such as like doing their skincare, shaving their goatee. I'm getting goatee. Maybe someone's got goatee here or some facial hair. Okay. It feels like when they are doing those kind of things, this is when the energy of you resurfaces, and it resurfaces strongly, and it kind of is like asking them to look, you've got to face it, stop ignoring things. It feels like for some of you, you could have been dealing with somebody where you have tried to have these type of conversations to get someone to own up to their fears. And it feels like this person feels like you saw them, because I'm seeing an eye. Right now I'm just looking at the wall and all I can see is an eye. And it feels like the eye, it's saying that what I'm getting is like someone intuitively, okay? Someone intuitively, okay, this could be you, okay, saw them. It feels, again, if you're watching this, you may have very strong intuitive, I know, and that's what Auntie T wants, you know, for you to have that strong intuitive sense. But it feels like someone saw that they could see their maybe see their weaknesses or see the areas that they needed to work on. And it feels like even though there was like a soft spot for this person, deep down there was also this kind of like, well, if this person doesn't get their self together, we can only go this far, because it takes two to tango. Now, it feels like with this person may have also had a lot of external things going on. Okay, it feels like it could be something to do with family, something to do with friends, something to do with work, something to do with finances as well. Okay, it also feels like maybe someone, I'm getting like maybe ADHD, maybe there was like a kind of undiagnosed, like hyperactive. It feels like there could have been like someone was very disorganized in their mannerisms, in their structure. And it feels like that may have resulted to them making like poor choices. Okay. Take what resonates and leave the rest for others. Wow, we got a lot from that, and we haven't even looked at the Jamaican proverbs. Let's pull out the Jamaican proverbs. Let's have a look and see what messages want to come through from the Jamaican proverbs. Let's see who's thinking about you and why. We have the empty barrel makes the most noise. The empty barrel makes the most noise. Okay, this is all about like, you were, again, why we saw the eye, you were able to see through the facade. You were able to see through the facade, and this is what felt unnerving to this person. It feels almost like, if it feels like they were attracted, but it was also like, wow, doubting themselves, questioning themselves whether they had what it takes. Going back to that potential, okay? Can they get themselves together? Can they get themselves right? Okay? Not just the whole facade, not just the what looks maybe looks good or looks shiny from a distance, but like as you get closer, is it still shiny? Does it still look like wonderful, attractive? I hope it's making sense. And it feels like that's what this person was scared of, okay? Because we have that lack self-confidence, an energy of confidence. And again, if you see this image as well, you see this person's really trying to like get themselves together. They're adorning themselves with all the nice things, but that could also be telling us is there a mask here, and as well as the mirror giving us another detail of like that deep reflection, that deep look into oneself, going back to that energy of the 9, coming into this wholesome energy, okay, of looking deeply into oneself. and not being afraid of what they see, not being afraid of what their weaknesses are, not being afraid to grow, not being afraid to learn, not being afraid to heal. Okay? Ooh la la. So let's take a sip, baby. And we're going to take a sip so we stay hydrated. When you want to get those intuitive gems, you have to stay hydrated, okay? Another tip, okay, for those intuitive readers out there, you got to stay hydrated so you can get those intuitive gems, baby. Oh, we forgot. Cheers to intuitive gems. Cheers. You see, a little break, and Auntie T is out of it. We got to get back into routine ourselves. So we got some new cards for you today as well. So let's see what wants to come through here. Who's thinking about you and why? We have, yes, a woman. Is that going to focus? Yes. We have woman, wife, questioner, herself, female, querent, female, femininity. Now it could be you, okay? This could be you, your vibe. This could be who they're thinking about. It feels like it could also be the energy of this, who this person is it's definitely someone that they are thinking of right now, someone that they could, it feels like, especially that the word wife, it feels like there could have been some talks about around long-term relationship, marriage, what do you both want, okay? And it feels like that energy of potential, that energy of wishing, that energy of regretting things could have been different if they had acted, okay? Let's have a look at the tarot. Let's see what the tarot wants to give you right now. Let's have a look. Ooh, I saw the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is fast movement, okay? It's kind of giving us a clue here. Who's thinking about you and why is somebody who wants things to be unblocked. They want it. Perhaps this person could be blocked. They could be on your blocked list. Okay, they could be on your blocked list on social media. They could be someone who's being ignored right now, and they hope that things can change. Okay. But trust your intuition and use your discernment. Okay, you know your situation. If this person is not somebody you want to be talking to, but you might just want to do a little, tarot investigation. As what we're doing here. Okay, that's fine. You might not want to talk to this person. You might just want to go, oh, I don't mind having a little read. But look what we have here. So we saw the wands, Eight of Wands, and we see another wands again. We have the Six of Wands this time. The Six of Wands in this position is telling us there is not success here. So in this situation going on, they do not feel that they have reached a period of success when it comes to you. The Six of Wands represents success. It represents the energy of victory, an achievement, a great achievement. This achievement, as we're looking into love readings in particular, can tell us a lot about that they don't feel like they have reached that momentum of success in their love life, in their in what they want in a deep relationship, an intimate relationship, an interpersonal relationship. Yes, like they want a deep relationship, but they realize there's no success. They haven't reached success here. Now, you may be dealing with somebody who's got a lot of fire, okay? or there has been a lack of them taking action, okay? Because the ones do represent the fire signs. So think of Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, okay? So what this could be also telling us, if they, again, there could be any sign, but it could also be telling us when it comes to taking action, this could have been an area of weakness. This could have been an area of sabotage for them, okay? Let's see what's at in the middle. Yes, because look at that. We saw the Eight of Wands earlier. Now we're seeing the Knight of Pentacles. There's an energy of reservedness. Something being like, let me sit on something. Let me wait it out a bit. Let me sit this one out. Let me just wait. Let me see whether I should be putting my time, my time here. Okay, with the Knight of Pentacles. Now the Knight of Pentacles represents the slowest knight in the deck. It's someone who likes to take their time and check everything out, cross all the dots, all the T's, cross all the dots and the T's. I think it's, yeah, be on their P's and Q's. Okay, they don't like to, let's say they like to do their due diligence, take their time and work, analyze things. And sometimes if you get too caught up in that analyzing, that can now result into a lot of overthinking. Okay, so you could also be dealing with a earth sign, because the pentacles do represent the earth sign. So think of Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. But I'm also getting an air vibe with the overthinking, questioning, overthinking, okay? Because we've got a fire energy and we've got earth, you know, fire action, but it's like what could be holding them back is the mindset. So you could be dealing with a air sign as well. So think of Libra, Aquarius, and Libra, Aquarius. What's the other air sign? How could I forget when I'm a Gemini? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Gemini. Ugh, look at that. And look what we have here. Yes. Some deep sabotage and a Capricorn energy with the Devil card at the back of the deck. Okay, we've had to, you know, cover all those little imagery, any kind of like nudity, you know, to keep it clean for the algorithm. But this is telling us that this person has been deep in, maybe they have some kind of addictive personality. Perhaps they have, their sabotage has resulted to this position where they're questioning things and feeling like they are left out in the cold. Because what I can see here is the Five of Pentacles. Now the Five of Pentacles represents someone feeling like they're left out in the cold. There is like a fear of it could even be a fear of abandonment, but because they keep doing the same things over and over again is what is resulting to this feeling of abandonment. Okay, and this then results to them going back time and time again back to this energy, because they need to now realize they're doing that to themselves. Okay, so let's leave you with a tell it like it is. Let's see what wants to come through with a tell it like it is. Who's thinking about you and why? Who's thinking about you and why? Ooh, we got some messages. Any more? Last one. Thank you. We got quite a few here. Tell it like it is, baby. Let's tell it like it is. Let's tell it like it is. Oh, we have also a Blunt AF card that has that was in there as well. But look, you know, you were meant to see this because we did mention social media. Social media makes this complicated as this is all I have right now to connect. So again, there could be some kind of disconnect with the communication. There could be something like the avenues are blocked. It could be that this person may be like, it feels like someone may have created a dummy. Perhaps this could be yourself, or this person have created a dummy profile so that they can kind of see what's going on without liking something by accident. And because it feels like they could have been in that situation where they're like, oh, and then thought, let me do a dummy profile instead. Okay. So even though we haven't seen it, I am getting the energy of like a page of swords. There's a lot of watching going on. Okay. I know I messed up. You are not easy to forget. Part of me wants out, but part of me can't let you go. I know I'm acting weird. They know they're acting weird. That's why we got the devil card here. They know that they're acting weird. If it's meant to be, it will be, right? Sometimes I push you away on purpose. My ego gets in the way. So let's leave you with some blunt advice. Okay, and then we'll have a quick look at some initials. So blunt advice. Thank you. Look at that. We have again the energy of fear coming through. A need for closure. Now, some of you may not want to hear this, but we have this. A need for closure. Closure is what I seek. It's time to put the past to rest. Hidden desires. Beneath my tough exterior lies a longing for your affection. Okay, and that's why we had the Jamaican proverb, the empty barrel makes the most noise. Okay, again, beneath that tough exterior, beneath that, or that exterior that you're trying to adorn, make it look pretty, there is this longing, okay, that they try to hide. We have honesty over fear. I wish I had chosen honesty over fear when we were together. Looking forward with clarity. I'm ready to face the future with clarity and an open heart. So it feels like moving forward, this person wants to heal, wants to work on things that have held them back. Okay, now it feels like maybe again we've got to keep it clean for the algorithm, but the devil can like bring or tell us that there may have been like a lot of energy around addiction and things like that. Okay, and this person could be working or recognizing that there are things that they have to work on. Okay, it feels like there could have been something significant as well in their some deep childhood wounds around rejection and abandonment, and the fear of getting close to anybody that this person may then leave them, because we have the Five of Pentacles as well, which is very telling of someone feeling like they've been left out. Okay, if you see what's going on here, we have two people here who are in need of care and attention, and there is this place here, okay, where you could see there's abundance going on. There's a level of abundance going on because it's Five Pentacles. Yet they feel that they cannot enter this place, okay? That they may not have the status, They may not be accepted to enter this place. Now, going back to this person, they may feel this way as well, that they may not have what it takes, they may not have the potential, they may not have the tools, they may not have the healing as of yet to come to this next stage, this threshold. And this way leads us perfectly into one more bonus that we're going to give you. The final glance the last look we shared said more than words ever could. And it feels like this is what they think about a lot. Okay, something significant between you here. Let's have a look at a door imagery. Okay, let's see what type of door wants to imagery wants to come through for you as a bonus, just as a bonus. Oh, yeah, okay, this wants to come through anymore. Yes, we got deeper. So we have deeper. You are not finished. You are not yet done. Dig deeper and deeper. The best is to come. So hold on. Pass this card on. So if you look at this imagery, it's like, again, it's telling us something rustic. So it could be something to do with somebody from the past. Okay. We see this blue. It could be telling us that they do want deep healing. It does feel like they may have been going through it. Okay. Life has maybe given them some lemons and they've had to make some lemonade. Okay. And maybe this could be vice versa. It could, okay. But it feels like they know that they can push through these doors if they just take that time to build that courage, build that. I'm getting like the courageous lion from the Wizard of Oz. The lion wanted courage, but all the lion needed to do was to believe in their self. And if you've noticed, we did not see any swords, even though we could mention it, but we mentioned like the page of swords, but we didn't see any swords and we didn't see any cups. So this is telling us that when it comes to their mindset and when it comes to like their love, like to feel, there's some blockages there. Okay, and it's telling us to dig deeper so that you can push through those blockages. But first you've got to recognize that. You've got to take accountability. You've got to recognize how your fear, your fear of rejection, your fear of abandonment has resulted to you projecting those energies onto people that care about you. Hence the reason why we saw it like someone sees it, but it feels like for some of you, you may have like taken yourself out of the situation to protect your own self, because you recognize that this person may not be ready yet where you are. And if they meet you on that side, great. But if they haven't, again, they've got to push through these doors. We have, look at this. Look at the imagery. It's like pillars, several pillars that would lead to this door. And it's like, this is kind of giving me like the Ace of Pentacles. Like there is so much going on, so much abundance on that side. But you've got to get your, it takes two to tango. We both have to do our work. We both have to work on ourselves. We both have to love on ourselves unconditionally and bring that vibe, bring that energy into the mix. Drop anything aside from our past that is not aligned with this union. Drop anything, okay, that's not going to add growth into your life. And to do that, it's like, right, let me do some journaling, let me do some healing, let me go and investigate further, let me heal those wounds that have affected me or impacted me. This is what I'm getting here, and I feel like someone needs to hear it. Okay, again, the reads do get deep. Okay, even though we said we're gonna keep it short, but right now I'm seeing 444 on the clock, and I feel like this is no coincidence here. As we were saying, safety, security. Okay, safety, security, and stability. This is what this person wants, but it's also what they fear. There's a deep fear attached to the feeling of deep safety and security. Okay, and it feels like it stems from people who they looked up to. It feels like, again, a father figure. It could be a strong father figure, because we did have that energy of 4, and seeing the 444 again on the clock, telling us that there could be some kind of deep father figure that has where this rune is wrapped around, and hopefully this person does take that time to heal, so they don't continue this self-sabotage. Okay, so we're going to leave it here. Take the messages that resonate and leave the rest. But seeing this, okay, again, the messages are timeless, but we've got 12:12 on the clock. Just when we was talking about the Emperor, 12, okay, if we add 1 and 2 together, it gives us 3. So 3, 3. 3 is the energy of the Empress. So this person sees you as their counterpart. But they know that they need to do the work so that you can be in full alignment. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Let's leave you with some initials. And if you haven't done so already, please like, share, subscribe to Gwan Tarot and Tea. Well, we've got quite a few initials today. We might need to put it on. Let's see. Can we fit it? Can we fit it? Or we get a bigger one? Wait. Yeah. Use this lid. Let's see. Okay. Got an interesting little shape here. Okay. It looks like it could be telling us something about the world, a flower. Okay, so there could be, again, distance, and it could be the desire, wanting to blossom, wanting to bloom. Okay, but it feels like, again, recognizing that they've got to work on those blockages that have prevented them from really opening up and showing love. Okay, and what I'm getting is that this person has a lot of love to give, but there's a deep fear that they if they do show that it can result to them being seen as weak and vulnerable. Okay, so take a look. The initials could be a name, a place, a hobby, an interest. Okay, take it where it resonates and leave the rest for others. Okay, hope you can see them all here. So take what resonates and leave the rest for others. Okay, so big up, big up, big up yourself. Thank you for vibing with Auntie T. It's been a while, but we are catching up. We're catching up. Okay, we like to take you through a journey here. Again, You know, if you're new here or you've just been passing by, okay, we hope to see you again, okay. Take what resonates and leave the rest. And for our subscribers and our generals, we love you like hot food. We love you like hot food. So, okay, if you feel drawn to have a look at pile 2 and pile 3, feel free. Feel free to do so, and I hope to see you on the other side as we catch up on some gems and sip, sip, sip together. So, look after yourself, okay? Look after yourself. Look good, feel good, stay blessed, keep sipping, and we will see you for the next one. Gwan. Wagwan people, Wagwan tea sippers, Wagwan me generals. So we are on pile 2 and we're exploring what we are exploring today. We're exploring who's thinking about you and why. Yes, we are. We're exploring who's thinking about you and why for pile 2. So let's get into these reads, chat. Let's get into these reads. Okay, I hope you've got a nice cup of tea, a beverage of your choice, some water. I'm sipping on some water today, so let us know what you are sipping on in the comments as we explore. Someone here is thinking about you. You cross my mind often, even in silence. Ooh la la. Okay, so if you are new here, big up, big up, big up, big up yourselves every time. What? Big up every time to our... Oh, how can I forget? Okay, it's been a while, so forgive me, darlings, forgive me, okay? Big up, much love and blessings from Auntie T to our subscribers, our tea sippers, our generals. We've got to big up, what? Big up every time. Much love and blessings to you all, okay? Auntie T had to take a rest, okay? We had to take a bit of a hermit mode. But thank you for all your love and your support. And we're going to get back into these reads, child. We're going to get back into these reads. So thank you for all your love and your blessings. Big up, big up, big up, big up every time. All right? So if you hear from time to time, oi, 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 okay? Woy oi, okay, is a Jamaican phrase. It's the equivalent to wow, okay? And I like to use it, but I do it in a little singy way, okay? When those messages, those intuitive messages come through, it's like I'm basically saying wow, okay? All right, so let's get in there. Let's have a look. Who is thinking about you and why, okay? So, ooh la la. Okay. How do we put the card down? Like, Wes, we read it in the beginning. You see, that tells me I've been out. Okay? That tells me I've been out for a little while. So bear with me. You cross my mind often, even in silence. Okay, so someone here is thinking we're on pile 2. 2 does represent the energy of balance. It does represent the energy of like a choice, a decision, an option. So we're going to see what is in store here. It does also represent the energy of the High Priestess. Okay, the High Priestess is the knowledgeable one. Okay, full of knowledge, preparing words. I'm preparing what to say when we do talk. So someone wants to talk. Okay, we're getting some... Can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want to know your name. Can we talk for a minute. Ooh, someone wants to talk for a minute. Hey. Okay, a little bit of Tevin Campbell. Butterflies, you give me butterflies every time I see you. Growth in separation. We're growing even while we are apart. So there could be separation with you and this person. Okay, it could also be someone who could, like, there might be some new energy, or they want to bring new energy here. I'm getting like a Six of Cups vibe going on here with the butterflies. We have lessons learned. Our past taught me valuable lessons. So there is some reflection here as well. Okay, it could be someone from your recent past. It could be someone where there has been some kind of back and forth between you and this person. Okay, we've got two more cards. We have attraction. There is something magnetic about you. Now, this could be maybe the way you carry yourself. It could be that they just feel intuitively drawn. They may not even have the words or can articulate it, but they just feel drawn to you. Perhaps you have felt this feeling as well with about them as well. Okay. Ooh la la. And we have closure needed. I need closure from our past. Now, this closure may look like someone wanting closure so that there could be a new beginning. Okay? It could also be that someone is trying to get over you, but has been struggling also. So if we have a look, we have 3 cards here, 3 cards here. So we have 7 cards altogether, okay? 7 cards here altogether. With the 7 cards being here, the 7 is telling us that there is a heavy contemplation energy going on, a heavy energy of looking back, reflecting on things, questioning, could I have done this better? Should I have done this? It feels like they are constantly going through this. It feels like they could even be trying to seek support. It could be through like tarot readings. It could be through some kind of advice where they kind of pose the question in a hypothetical way, but it's them. It feels like it could be like they're asking somebody, like a friend. I'm asking for a friend of a friend. How would you do this? What would be the best way to do this? If you were me, what would you do? It feels like that's what they may be trying to seek. Perhaps someone has looked into a tarot reading, or there has been some kind of advice. Well, if you're here, okay, maybe it could be you, okay? Gathering some intuitive gems. But it feels like there is somebody here who has been looking for the deeper, looking for like a deeper, it feels like they're looking for deeper answers, and they're trying to make sense and understand where they went wrong, or could I could I have done this better? Okay, so we're gonna pull out a postcard for you. Let's see what the what postcard wants to come out for pile 2. Who's thinking about you and why? Who's thinking about you and why? Take that one too. Ooh la la. Okay. We have something about the way you adorn yourself. So again, they're very attracted to you. Perhaps there could be some kind of very sensual energy about you. It feels like it could also be, maybe for some of you, there might have been like a recent glow up, or you have a desire for a glow up. okay? And you are drawn to like, right, I want to get myself in my glow up era, really taking that time to work on myself, look after myself, and just, dabble in some self care, okay? Just dabble in some self care, okay? And being consistent with it. Perhaps you have taken some pictures recently and this glow up has been seen by this person. It could also be like some kind of mutual connections where someone has seen you, um, and they have reported back like, wow, I saw Jane, I saw John the other day, and oh my gosh, they look so damn good. I had to hold my breath. Oh, wait. Okay. It feels very much like that vibe is coming through, and it could we've seen lots of like pinks. Okay, it could be representing that energy of romance. There is still that attraction there. Okay, they could be maybe drawn to those kind of sensual femininity. Okay, or they or again just that romance, okay, vibe. And with those white pearls, there could be something very dainty, very demure, darling, yes, about you. It could be something very attractive, very alluring, okay. Perhaps you like the finer things in life, okay, and they're attracted to that, they're drawn to that. Maybe the pearls could also represent a sense of maturity, a sense of like um, direction, ambition. Okay. Ooh la la. Ooh, how can I forget though? Oi, 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 oi. One has come through, another message has come through. We're looking at, you see that this mirror here, it could be telling us something about a reflection. Okay. Someone's looking deeper. Someone is like looking at things. Perhaps there could have been, for some of you, maybe this could also be telling us that there may have been some kind of surface kind of level, but you may have been able to see beyond that, beyond the beauty, beyond like how one can adorn themselves. Okay, maybe someone likes to wear nail varnish, a little bit of lip gloss. Maybe those could be things that they have complimented you. Okay. Ooh la la. And we have here, ooh, look at this. So definitely this vibe of, there's definitely this vibe. Because look, we've got those pearls again. Someone could have, maybe there could be something to do with somebody's glow up, somebody taking time, like just to wanting to wear nice things, look after themselves, treat themselves. Maybe that could have been a lesson that they've learned from this situation, is to look after their needs as well. Maybe someone was overgiving and it resulted to them feeling like they weren't receiving the same energy. Okay, perhaps it could have, if this, you and this person, okay, are in separation, perhaps it could also be like taking time for self, working on oneself, getting themselves to explore deeply, maybe in a particular area, maybe a wound, or looking at, right, I have been making some mistakes here and there. How could I maybe take some time to just have some alone time, just to then focus deeply, work on what areas that I need to work on. Okay, maybe someone's been on a holiday recently. Okay, had some maybe a spa or a retreat, or have been thinking about that. Okay, because we have now again like those glasses, and it's like heart glasses, looking deeply. Again, it could be that, like, looking into something romantically, thinking about the past. Okay, And we do have this vintage vibe, which could be telling us that you and this person, there could have been some history between you and this person. A lot of pinks, roses, okay, romantic vibes. These strawberries, look at that, ooh la la. Okay, perhaps there could be something significant about a jewelry as well. Okay. Ooh la la. But again, very kind of, it's giving that strong energy of attractive, okay? A strong attraction energy. Maybe someone wears red lipstick, okay? Put it in the comments. Let us know what's going on. Ooh la la. Okay, Auntie T has been playing catch up, but we thank you nonetheless. Right, let's pull out the tarot. Let's see what the tarot wants to tell you. So who's thinking about you and why? Who's thinking about you and why? Who is thinking about you? Ooh, look what we see. We have the Five of Swords in the reverse, and we have the Five of Cups. Sorry, yes. We have the Five of Cups. What? So we have the Five of Cups and the Five of Swords, right? So with the Five of Cups and the Five of Swords in the reverse, this is telling us the swords representing the energy, okay, of thinking. A lot of thinking, a lot of thought process, a lot of reflecting, a lot of questioning. We have the cups representing feelings, our emotions, okay? So this is telling us with the Five of Swords in this position, followed by the Five of Cups, okay, that there is this energy. And that's why I was looking at it, because I was like, Five of Cups, because we see the Two of Cups here, which is kind of saying all is not lost. It's just that how we look at things. So there could be a situation between you and this person where there has been some mishaps, some communication where it's gone sour, communication where it's kind of gone where it's like, can this be resolved? But we see the Five of Cups, which is kind of telling us that things may have been left in the air, okay, because we have this position where, if you look carefully, we have two swords down this way, okay, and one sword still stuck in the ground. So altogether, just by looking at that, that's Three of Swords here. These swords are on the floor. These Two of Swords are on the floor. Now the Two of Swords here could be telling us a bit about, if you know the Two of Swords card, some kind of decision making, maybe a decision wasn't taken, okay. Now that's resulted into, if you look, like these two swords together almost looks like an Ace of Swords, okay. And when an Ace of Swords represents like a sense of clarity, okay, and we have this one firmly into, like, still stuck in the ground, okay. So this could be telling us with the Three of Swords that there is an energy of loss, there's an energy of regret. And how do we know? Another giveaway is we have the chakra colors, okay? So the chakra green representing the heart chakra, okay? And the heart chakra represents feelings, okay, our emotions, okay? How we are drawn to things, our attraction energy. And we have a lot of red here, which is representing the root chakra located in the base of the spine, okay. This represents and embodies our sense of boundaries, our understanding of what's right, what's wrong, our upbringing, our energy of the inner child. All of those energies embody in that area, okay. So we can see that there is a conflict here, okay? There's a conflict with what they may have learnt, what they have acquired, and is it in line with their feelings? Now we have another giveaway with the shoes, okay? Let's put it upright so you can see, okay? With the shoes, okay? It's in the orange color. This represents the sacral or the sacral, okay, chakra, and it's located in this area, so the sexual reproductive organs. Now that represents the energy of creativity. It represents the energy of things like take action, things do energy of fertility, the energy of movement, okay, things what's the word, combusting, things very like yes, action, active energy, creative energy, okay, that mojo energy, that get up and do it energy, okay, passion energy. So it's kind of telling us that there has been kind of a disalignment with what their heart wants, what they think is right or wrong, what they may have learnt, okay, over time, their understanding about the situation, and this energy of get up, go, you know, passion, creativity, okay? So this could be telling us that this person may have been an overthinker. Perhaps they may have self-sabotaged. Perhaps you maybe have been dealing with somebody who procrastinates as well. Okay, because we have all this air around them. Again, we have this kind of sword stuck in this position. We have these two swords here, which is kind of telling us about, should I do something? What should I do? Should I do this? We also have this water here, okay? This water embodies the energy of feelings. So it's kind of telling us, are they running away from their feelings? Are they trying to ignore their feelings? Is this what has resulted to someone feeling like misunderstood? Okay. So you could be dealing with an air sign, or there could be a lot of air energy at this time, okay? Because again, the air signs, think of Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius energy, okay? And the messages are timeless, but we are currently filming this in Libra, okay? In the Libra month, Libra energy, okay? Now, the Libra month does represent the energy of balance, okay? So at this time, okay, this person could be thinking about you, and it's funny, look what I see it as well on the clock, okay? Again, the messages are timeless, but 10:10, seeing that on the clock, that's 10 representing ending, but it can also represent the mark of a new beginning. This could be telling us that this person hopes that there is a chance of a new beginning, okay? We also have the Five of Cups. So this result, so it's kind of telling us with this behavior, it's resulted to this. Someone feeling down, someone questioning things, someone looking at the past. Perhaps there has been a bout of like low mood, depression energy, a sense of loss, a sense of sadness, a sense of grief, okay? But if we look carefully, what's behind here, why it was kind of like, what? Five of Cups? Because the Two of Cups is here, which is saying all is not lost. All is not lost, but it's how you see things. Now, with this cape is telling us that they're in a state of loss, they're in a state of grief. Everything is covered. So with this cape covering everything, as we was talking about the chakras earlier, and the chakras represent energy points. it's saying right now, this person is, they're in this position, they're closed, okay? And it could be, again, wondering, questioning. The song that's coming through is, and I feel like it came out recently, Michael Jackson, she's out of my life. She's out of my life. Okay. Now, this could have been someone that you were dealing with 10, 20, 30 years. Because we do have a lot of like maturity vibes, okay, in terms of from the postcards. Maybe there could have been some like intellectual conversations. It feels like there could maybe be some heirlooms, sentimental heirlooms. Oi, 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 oi. Okay, there could be a sentimental heirloom. There could be something that has been passed down. Maybe there could be some imagery, some pictures, or family, or talk about family. Okay, and it feels like there is some regret. Maybe you regret. Maybe you and this person have mutual connections that had hoped or want the two of you to be back in reunion. Take where it resonates and leave the rest. So let's have a break. Let's have a tea break, a water break, a sip baby break, okay? So I'm sipping on water. Let us know what you are sipping on in the comments. And if you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, okay, and comment down below. Let us know what you are sipping on today and where you are from, so we can big you up in the comments. All right, one love. Hey, cheers to intuitive gems. All right, so let's pull out a deck. Let's look at the Blunt AF deck. Okay, so we're going to explore the Blunt AF deck and see what messages want to come through for pile 2 on who's thinking about you and why. But there is definitely a lot of vibes that there is a lot of contemplation here. There's a lot of reflection here. There is a lot of wondering what you're doing now. There is a lot of, it feels like someone could be very fashionable here. And it feels very much like they are attracted to that, drawn to that. It could be something that they liked what they liked about you. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, what wants to come through in the Blunt AF deck, and we're looking at their exact thoughts and feelings for you right now. Okay, so we're gonna quickly sing Blunt AF just to help draw out their energy. Okay, and it's been a while for Auntie T. Okay, because we had to sit down. Okay, I did put a message on the community post on the channel, as I've been dealing with things with long COVID and things like that. So yes, we just had to take a rest, but I'm so thankful. Thank you for you all, and just know that Auntie T loves you all, and you know, step by step, hey, bit by bit, oh yeah, we're gonna have some new reads for you. Yes, we will. All right, I saw it, girl. Okay, I saw it, girl is Jamaican patois, and it simply means this is how it goes. Okay, we're confirming that with the universe. All right. So when I'm alone, I try to act out what I would say to speak to you and gain your interest. Okay, so this could be telling us this energy. Maybe again, as we said, we're getting a lot of reflection vibes, a lot of questioning, a lot of wondering. Okay, lessons learned, okay? Ooh, la, la, look at that. That came out and we didn't even sing. So you can sing with me, okay? We like to sing around here because it's a way of how I get a lot of those. I get a lot of intuitive gems, a lot of intuitive messages through singing, okay? Singing is a medium, okay? Is a medium for me. You know, some don't like it, but you know, if you want those gems, baby, this is my style. Okay, everybody has their style. So if you rock with me, you know, well, you know, rock with me and you'll be all right. Okay. All right. I have a child slash children. How do you feel about this? Now, maybe that's why I was getting that vibe about upbringing. Okay, there could be family life here. Maybe someone has may have had children with somebody else, and they're still thinking about you as the previous partner. Okay, it could also be someone who wants to reunite. Okay, take it where it resonates and leave the rest. Maybe perhaps you could be dealing with somebody who has children, or there could be children involved, and you're thinking whether this should be an option. Okay, take it where it resonates. Right, they are coming out in drips and drabs, but we are going to sing to let that energy flow. Okay, so it goes like this: blunt AF, blunt AF. Tell me how you feel, blunt AF. Okay, so you can sing that with me. Okay, we might add tell me how you feel, baby. Okay, it's just another way of letting those messages flow. Okay, flow. This is we're exploring those hidden feelings, and sometimes you have to just help clear out that energy. Okay, all right. So blunt AF, blunt AF. Tell me how you feel, blunt AF. Ooh, yes. Tell me how you feel, baby. Tell me how you feel. See, tell me how you feel every time. Okay. Woo! Any more? Thank you. Last shuffle. Last shuffle, baby. Okay, we've got quite a few. Oi, 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 oi. Ooh la la. So let's see the messages that have come through for pile 2. We have I was stubborn and I realized that it doesn't work in a connection. Someone is waking up to their behavior. Okay, and we did get that vibe of behavior. When I'm alone, I try to act out what I would say to speak to you and gain your interest. This was the card that we pulled out earlier. Okay, still resonates all the same. Take what resonates and leave the rest, darling. Okay, I look at your number meaning to call, but I'm scared to make the initial move. So I'm scared to make the initial move. And perhaps that's what we're seeing here again. It's that contemplation. Should I not? What if they ghost me? What if they block me? What if maybe this could be involved. Okay, and maybe they're questioning things. What if they don't want to hear me? What if they act like a queen of swords towards me? Okay, really sharp, really abrupt. Okay, it feels like there's a lot of like, okay. I wish I could hold you right now. The other message I'm getting is maybe this person does wear glasses. Maybe they could wear sunglasses. Maybe they could have a fear of like their eyes being seen. Okay, because it feels like if they're trying to make their self appear like everything's okay, they're not attracted, or it's like the eyes will be a dead giveaway. Okay? Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. If you know the reference, let me know. Put it in the comments, baby. Hey. We have I think about the good times. I think about the good times. Okay. Mm-hmm. We've got another song coming through. Shalimar. Baby, I can make you feel good. I can make you feel good. Let me lay my good hands on you. I think it goes like that. Ooh wee. I'm still not over you. I'm still not over you. I'm open, ready, and steady to love and to be loved by you. So again, it could be like someone's had a wake up call. Look what's behind the Five of Cups, the Hermit. So there's definitely been in hermit mode for this person. What's behind it? The Three of Wands. Someone is building that courage and it wants to step forward, wants to travel. Maybe there could be some distance between you and this person right now. Okay, but they've had a lot of time to think. A lot of time to think. There could be questioning, maybe it was too late, but it's kind of like I'm not gonna make that mistake happen again. Okay, maybe that was the lesson that they had to learn. Okay, because we have the world and the Five of Wands here. So the challenge, the world could be telling us like growth. There could be a sense of growth, a sense of needing to be transparent and needing to be open, needing to be like broad-minded, needing to educate themselves, remove those it feels like it's like removing anything that hasn't served them. It feels like it could be any attitudes, old attitudes. It feels like for some of you might have been dealing with somebody who was in conflict with some of the things that they may have learnt. Okay, maybe their approach to dating or their attitudes towards doing certain things weren't in lines, because we see a lot of Wands energy. Okay, so there feels like there was like perhaps an impulsive energy here for some of you. You may have been dealing with someone who's very impulsive. Okay, again, we've seen a lot of fire energy, so you could be also dealing with a Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries. Okay, it could be any sign, but so we see a lot of that energy. Okay, and we have the World as well, which is going to be telling us that it could be any sign here. Yeah, yeah. But with the cups as well, we have the cups, with the cups representing the Five of Cups. So I've just heard something. So let's get back into the read. I've just heard some kind of little noise. So I was just figuring out what it was. But with the Five of Cups being here, it's kind of telling us that there is this energy of like a sense of grief, a sense of loss. Okay. So you could be dealing with an air sign, a water sign, a fire sign. Okay, we haven't seen any pentacles, which represents the earth signs. So think of Taurus, Capricorn, and no, sorry, scratch that. We have, okay, with the Hermit. So you could be dealing with any sign, and we see that the Seven of Wands is revealing itself. And look what we have here, Six of Cups in the reverse. Okay, look at that, the Page of Swords, the Six of Cups. Someone is looking back. Okay, it feels like they could have been drawn back into a younger energy, them questioning themselves, them looking deeply, them wondering, okay, can this be brought back to new? It could also be them trying to think about it in a new way. Okay, wanting it to be new, wanting it to be new again. Okay, because the Six of Cups is in this position, which is giving the energy of like something new. Okay, it could also be giving the energy of maybe something where there is a delusion. Okay, they might be stuck in a bit of delulu. Okay, but it's that vibe of is this with that Seven of Swords? Can this be? Can we fight? Can we fight this? Can we defend this? And look what's behind it as well. The King of Pentacles. Now we see the Pentacles. So it could be telling us that this person may have done a lot, okay, in their life. Again, we have the strong energy of ambition. Financially, okay, they could have done really well, because the Pentacles does represent the energy of someone's, especially with the King, it's embodying like this person is very talented, very skilled in this area. However, with it being in this position, the reverse, it could again be telling us the vibes that we were getting, like an impulsive vibe. Maybe there could be a sense of impulse here. It feels like it could also be some misdirection. It could also be telling us that when it comes to this person, they may feel that even though they have done well, okay, they may be in a period or a state where they are looking and reflecting, thinking, you know what, I have all of these things and yet I am still not happy with where I am in life. Yeah, it feels like someone could be questioning deeply and thinking, I'm not really happy with where I am in life. Okay, perhaps it could have someone may have taken like, right, I'm going to prioritize. Maybe there could have been some kind of selfishness, and now there's regret on how they handled the situation. Take what resonates and leave the rest for others. Okay, I'm done with what we had. I want it to be real if I get a second chance. Now this could be why we saw the Six of Cups in that position, because they want it to be like almost like write off what happened and for it to be new. I want to smell those flowers, but I want it to be new. I want to be like, I've never smelled those flowers before. Okay, if it could also be that this person wants to heal. They want to heal. They want to come back fresh. But again, trust your intuition. Use your discernment. Okay, because we've seen the King of Pentacles in the reverse position. I talked myself out of the connection and now I regret it. So again, that reflection energy coming back. I thought you didn't want something long. It was pure projection on my side. We have, I wish I could hold you right now. You are my type. I've never met anyone like you before. Again, that vibe. Okay. I don't want to reference to R. Kelly. You got that vibe, but it's coming through. Okay, but we're not going to sing it. Okay. I need closure from you, but I still want you back. I see things differently now. I was immature. I was immature. Let's leave you with an oracle message. Let's. Aye! How could we leave you? How could we'll do the oracle first? But no, we got. How could I just realized we ain't done our Jamaican proverbs. The Jamaican proverbs is our staple here. Right. Look at that. Bouquet. Pleasantness, gift, charming, joy, happiness, flattery. Again, it could be someone wants to offer you flowers. It could be someone who thinks there's a sense of like idealistic, romantic view when they think of this connection. Okay. And it could be that they want to stay in this kind of, if you look carefully, you can see it's like this bouquet, but it's like this, there's an animal, a little rabbit looking in, like hoping, wishing, yearning. Okay. It feels like they wish that this could be maybe a message from the universe. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Let's have a look at a Jamaican proverb and see what message wants to come through for pile 2. What message wants to come through for pile 2? Okay, we'll take that one as well. Pinks. We've got a lot of pinks coming through. Okay, let us know if there's anybody who's into pink. Okay, I like a bit of fuchsia pink. I do. Okay. We have the nanny goat never scratches its back until it sees the wall. So the nanny goat never scratches its back until it sees the wall. Again, giving us a lot of overthinking energy, very over analytical, okay, to the point that it results to not doing anything at all. Okay, so it can result to this, I'm sitting on the fence, I'm waiting, I'm trying to get everything done right. If I've got all my eggs in this basket, I can't go wrong. But it's this question of like constantly overlooking, overthinking that they make some mistakes, and this could be telling us why we see the King of Pentacles in that position. You can find the King of Pentacles. Yes, because look at that. What's behind the King of Pentacles? The Four of Wands, which is kind of saying their way of looking at things, their way of dealing with things has resulted to some mistakes, regrets. Okay, they need to focus, they need to execute, but not to that point where they're so hyper focused that it results to them not actually achieving anything. You see, we have this, it's telling us, because it's in this position, that there's a delay. There's a delay, okay? They want this abundance to come into their life, but how they go about doing things, it's kind of giving a delay. It's giving like there could be like a misdirection, okay? We have the peacock hides its feet when it hears about its tail. So the peacock hides its feet when it hears about its tail. Okay? We didn't read that one in the Jamaican style, but we read this one. So the peacock hide him foot when him hear about him tail. The peacock hide him foot when him hear about him tail. Okay? So the peacock hide its feet when it hears about its tail. Now the peacock, it's the male peacock, not the female peacock. Okay, the male peacock is the one that has the beautiful feathers, and they use their beautiful feathers to attract a female, okay, to attract a mate. Now this could be telling us that what all that glitters may not be gold, okay? So there could be a lot of like doing things to look good, to look like the appearance, but it's like if you're not allowing anybody into that, there's not much going on, okay? Because we have being too proud. It strips you. Being too proud strips you from or stops you from growing. So don't stop yourself from learning. Pride. We did have the strong energy of stubborn here. So there could be a sense of stubbornness. There may be something to do with age here as well. Maybe there could have been someone who was older, younger, okay? Perhaps there could have also been someone who, they may be the same age as you, but they may have grown up around a lot of older people. And this may have resulted to, they have a very mature outlook on certain things, but what I'm getting is like it may have impacted their development in other areas. Okay, take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay. All right. Maybe again, it could be the overthinking, the procrastination. Okay. So take what resonates. But before we come to a close, we're going to look at some initials. So it could be a name, a place, a hobby, an interest, something that you know about this person or something this person knows about you. Okay, just take what resonates, okay, and leave the rest for others. All right, let's have a look. Who's thinking about you and why? Who's thinking about you and why? Oh, got quite a big draw today. Looks like it's trying to show a bouquet, okay? Like a bouquet of roses, a tree. Interesting, yeah. What shape do you think that looks like? But all I'm getting is like a bunch of roses. Okay. But look at the initials. Okay. Let us know if there's any patterns or anything that sparks your interest. Look at these two bees here. We have VOE here. EBE. SS. But we have quite a lot of doubles in the same spots. Okay. We have OGOG. Okay. So take what resonates and leave the rest for others. Okay. Well, thank you in abundance for bearing with Auntie T. It is greatly appreciated, and I hope you feel the love. I hope you feel the love and sending you so much love, okay? We've, having to like get back into the swing of things, sitting in my chair and doing a read, okay? It's been a bit of a while, but thank you very much, okay? So, take what resonates and leave the rest for others. Asaitga is Jamaican patois, and it simply means this is how it goes, okay? This is how it goes. This is how it goes. It is what it is. It is what it is, okay? So just take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? But if you feel drawn to have a look at pile 1 or pile 3, feel free to do so, okay? And I hope to see you on the other side so we can, sip and gather some more intuitive gems, okay? So be sure to look good, feel good, stay blessed, keep sipping, and we will see you on the next one. Wa Gwan. Wagwan people, Wagwan tea sippers, Wagwan my generals. So we're on pile 3 and we are exploring who is thinking about you and why. So if you are new here, big up, big up, what? Big up, big up, big up every time. Much love and blessings from Auntie T, okay? To our tea sippers, our subscribers, our generals, our tea sipper generals. What, hey, what, hey, hey, what, big up, what, big up, what, big up every time. Much love and blessings. So whether you're new, whether you're a tea sipper, whether you are a general, we big you up same way. Much love and blessings from Auntie T. Okay, I hope you've got a nice cup of tea, a beverage of your choice, some water. I'm sipping on some water today, so let us know what you are sipping on in the comments down below, okay, and let us know where you're from so we can big you up in the comments, okay. Auntie T had to take a short, Auntie T had to take a break, okay. For some of you, you may have known that I've been dealing with long COVID. Yes, okay. So from time to time, Auntie T need to just take a little short break. But just know that Auntie T loves you all. So thank you for all of your love. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for all of your messages. It is greatly appreciated. And, you know, thank you. All I can say is thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. In abundance. Big up, big up, big up to you all. Okay, much love and blessings every time. I say it, go. I say it, go. I say it, go is Jamaican patois, and it simply means this is how it goes. Okay? Okay? Just pure love and blessings. So, let's get into this read. If you hear from time to time, oi, 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 woy, woy, oi, okay, it's a Jamaican phrase, and it can represent the energy, it can represent like wow, okay, it's the equivalent to wow, okay. So when I'm using it, I'm using it to connect with those intuitive gems that want to come through, and I'm basically saying wow, but I like to do it in where I'm singing out the word, okay, into a little run, okay. So let's get into pile 3 and see Wagwan for pile 3. Wagwan in Jamaican patois simply means what is going on. That's what we're doing today. We're exploring in the cards, okay? So come get comfortable because we may be in for a ride, okay? We did want it to start with shorter reads, but sometimes when those intuitive gems want to come through, child, you never know, okay? So, and just before we look at, we have hopeful reunion, okay? For these cards, hopeful reunion. I hope we can reunite one day. Okay, so we've got a deep clue here that it could be someone from your past, okay? Someone from your past, someone that you may have been in separation with, someone where there may have been some kind of like things around closure, okay, that want to come back. And in what was interesting as well, and I felt drawn to show this postcard, okay, was when I shuffled it just before filming, this one popped up on the so I put it placed it onto the front for you to see, okay, because it popped out and I thought, wow, look at that. Someone is looking through a window, okay. It could be this energy of like, maybe one day, okay, maybe one day things could come back 360, okay. If anybody has come through from pile 2, the world is coming through. The reference to the world is coming through of like hoping that maybe things could come back. Is it a 180 or a 360? Okay. Take it where it resonates and leave the rest, okay? So we've got a little energy of pile 2 popping in here. So do have a look at pile 2 as well, okay? But there's someone reminiscing here of the past, someone looking back, someone wondering. It could be that you both have got like a bit older, a tad bit older, okay? There could be some, like, you may have known this person, whether it's like from 10, 20 to 30 years, let's say that, okay? And it feels like there might be like a favorite color. We saw lots of pinks in pile 2 and now we see blue, okay? Pink, blue, okay? As well as a lot of floral patterns going on, okay? Now it does feel like, even with seeing this, it looks like pajamas. There could be a lot of night energy coming through here as well, a lot of night vibes. This person may have you on their mind, okay? A lot, okay? There's a song coming through. I can't remember the name of the artist, but it goes something like, you always on my mind, do 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 do. You always on my mind. Okay, I'm not sure if it's SWV. Okay, if you do know it, okay, put it in the comments down below. Okay, Auntie T does like to sing here, and it's because a lot of the messages come through singing for me. Okay, so, you know, if you want those intuitive gems, just saying, okay? It's just the way it comes, okay? I come from, okay, a Caribbean background, okay? And we like to sing, okay? Not just even from a Caribbean, just from as being a, from the black community, okay? Singing has always been, okay, a healing outlet, So I hope you enjoy, okay? If you're new here, I hope you enjoy, okay, what we have to offer here. What is good vibes? That's all we do. Good vibes around here, okay? I saw it go. All right, so we've got this energy, all right? We'll keep this here. Let's see what wants to come through before we look at the other cards on the table. Oh, that night vibe has come through. Ooh. So this is telling us there's going to be lots of giveaways in the night. Those late night thoughts. In the late night thoughts, ooh, I'm thinking about you, yeah. In the late night thoughts, eh, I'm thinking about you. What? In the late night thoughts, I love jingles. I love a good jingle. Okay. So, right. Seeing this, we've got again a lot of floral flowers. We've got candle. We've got a pillow bed. Okay, even that shadow here. Okay, let's see what that is. I'm trying to see what's there. Looks like some kind of booklet. Okay, but seeing this shadow, it feels like the shadow could also be intuitively telling us that this person has been looking deeply into things. Perhaps they have been doing some shadow work, okay? When we say shadow work, it basically means we all have like the things that we like about ourselves, okay? Things that let's say our strengths, things that we can confidently say that what we're good at. But though our weaknesses, okay, our weaknesses tend to express a lot of that shadow, things that we might not be so proud of, things that we might not be so, we might be more vulnerable towards expressing, okay, as well as showing, okay. We may try to hide it, try to maybe present something that we're not, when we're not comfortable in that vulnerability of our weaknesses. And it feels like the bedroom. Okay, now again, the bedroom can represent a place of where you rest your head. Okay, you rest your little head. You rest your little head. You rest your head for sleep. Okay, going into my mother tongue, you rest your head for sleep. Okay, but it can also represent as well, you know, it can bring, it could be, we see a lot of sensual vibes. There could be some sexual thoughts here. We've got to keep it clean and classy for the algorithm. We've got to keep it clean and classy for the algorithm. But there could be some, you know, energies here. But seeing a lot of blue and pink, it's kind of telling me there's kind of like a very balanced, romantic view of, I'm getting the vibe of, ooh, wait, I'm getting some sensual vibes. I'm getting some Maxi Priest, okay? Um, she makes me want her. Ooh, want her. Ooh, want her. Ooh, she's pulling me in. She's pulling me in. She's pulling me in with the art of seduction. I think it's the art of seduction. Okay. There's a sensual vibe. Maybe the two of you have this way. It could be the way you look at each other, the way you may have talked. It feels like there could be like a even if it's like not even gone there, like there's a very seductive vibe. Okay, maybe you can't even explain it. This is why it feels like, go back to pile 2, because there was this energy as well where you might not be able to articulate something, okay, but there is an attraction there, and it feels like there is this going on here. Okay, maybe it could also, the shadow could be also representing that part where they don't want to, it feels like someone may also be dealing with like embarrassment, shame on expressing these feelings, okay, and maybe the night is when these feelings resurface. Okay, gotta keep it clean and classy, because we're seeing a lot of bedroom business going on. Okay, but but for with the bed being here, this person looking out, it feels like there's this kind of wonder, this kind of, I wonder if, you know, this person's thinking about me. I wonder if how this person, if, you know, if I touch myself a particular way, how, you know, it feels like this person may be trying to picture themselves energetically with you. Okay, so it feels like visualizing, a lot of visualizing, a lot of sense, like sensing themselves. Okay, again, going back to that Maxi Priest song, The Art of Seduction, and I'm getting a lot of saxophone vibes, Kenny G coming through. Okay, oh, I love Kenny G. I do. I love a little bit of Kenny G. Okay, that saxophone, it feels like there is a kind of, maybe someone could be dealing with a musician, maybe they could be into music or very artsy, creative. We did have a strong creative energy in pile 2. Okay, and we're seeing a lot of like patterns. Maybe someone could be into art, painting. Okay, I feel like you could be dealing with someone who's very creative, very artistic. Okay, and may have like a minimalistic vibe. But we have like also a love for something kind of authentic, or like a very vintage style. So there could be some kind of sense of maturity here as well with this person. Okay. Ooh la la. So we're getting quite a few just from looking at these two postcards. Okay. Ooh la la. So let's have a look. Okay. It's look, wow, I'm seeing 15:15 on the clock. Okay. So we've had quite a few messages coming through, and we've already in 15 minutes in. Right, so hopeful reunion. I hope we can reunite one day. We have longing. I long for the day we can be together again. Okay. Now, the message I was getting as well was pay attention to the feet. Okay, it's like we've got one feet on the firmly on the floor. It's kind of leaning towards this way, and then we've got this other one that's on top of it, and it's kind of giving like an anxious, yearning feeling. That's the vibe that I'm getting from it. Like, so the way the knee is pointing, they want to move forward, but there's a part of them is kind of still staying a bit stuck. Okay, it feels like I want to be open, I want to be, but there's something holding them back. Okay, something holding them back. So we're going to have a deep look into that. Okay, what ifs. I wonder what could have been. I wonder what could have been. Healing. I'm using this time to heal. Now we was talking about shadow work. Okay, looking deeply into that shadow, those weaknesses, those deep vulnerabilities that they may not want like others to see, or maybe you were intuitively could sense it. Okay, missed moments. There were so many moments I missed out on. New feelings. These feelings are new to me, but I like them. I like them. Now take what resonate and leave the rest for others. Silence speaks. Even in silence, my heart speaks your name. Okay? Apologies. I'm sorry for how things ended. How many cards do we have here? Let's have a quick look. 3, 6, 8. Okay? So we have 8 cards. Okay? The 8 is telling us there is something about action here. Okay? We see that that the bed. Okay? We see someone looking out in the window, looking out towards the window. There is this energy of like reflection, and the energy of someone looking deeply, questioning things, wondering about things, examining things. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a 4 of Swords, okay? Which represents that energy of someone sitting or lying down, resting, contemplating, thinking about things, taking that time to maybe on their period of rest, or maybe when they're just having a alone, during their alone time. Okay, the bedroom can represent alone time as well. Okay, that they're having some deep sense of thought, looking at things. Could I have done things differently? Okay. Ooh la la. Let's have a look at some messages from this deck. Okay, let's see what's to come through. Who's thinking about you and why? Who's thinking about you and why? Who's thinking about you and why? Ooh, okay. So we've got strategic move. My next step is carefully thought out to bring us closer together. So again, going back to someone's trying to sit, reflect, think about how they will approach this, how they will make a next move. Okay. We have gratitude. Every moment with you is a precious gift I cherished. Okay, if we look, going back to that message, because we're getting another message again about here we've got these flowers. If you see, they kind of like look very vintage. They could be holding on to something, an item, a candle, even maybe something to do with like a garment, clothing, jewelry. Okay, there could be something that they may do, and it's like a way of reminding themselves. Even the way they wear their hair, or they may, um, it feels like something that they may wear, something that they may do. Okay, it could be like an in joke, a joke between you, okay, you and this person, as well as something that you and this person may have enjoyed or you may have known about them. We have emotional move. Following my heart will lead me back to where we belong. Where we belong. Okay? If you look here, it's like the knee. Do I go towards it, or do I stay here grounded in this place? What do I do? Okay? Ooh la la. So again, it's kind of like contemplating. Do I take action, or do I stay still? It's like they're trying to think of what's the best way. Okay? So I'm gonna take a quick sip. Take a quick sip of water. Okay? So taking a quick sip, and cheers to intuitive gems. Okay, so if you got your tea, your water, your beverage of your choice, let us know in the comments down below. Okay, cheers to intuitive gems. You gotta stay hydrated when you do reads. You gotta stay hydrated to gather those juicy intuitive gems. Let's look at the tarot. Ooh, look what we see. The temperance that comes out. With the temperance, that could be telling us that there is balance needed in their life. Okay. Now, as we mentioned, shadow work. Okay, so not just looking at our strengths and just being like, well, I'm just gonna celebrate my strengths, forget about my weaknesses. I'm gonna just ignore it and just act like they don't exist. The temperance could be a reminder to say no. You've got to also address the things that you don't like. You've also got to address the things that you don't want to address, because that's only going to make you stronger. That's only going to make you wiser. That's going to help you to heal. That's going to help you to stop repeating any patterns that are not serving you, that are not in line with where you want to be and what you want to do in life. Okay, so the temperance can represent a deep spiritual meaning. Okay, to look at patterns in your life and think, okay, have I been here before? What am I doing wrong here? And what can I do? See those two cups there? It's like replenishing. Okay, put a bit here, put a bit there. Okay, so for example, a good way of how I can explain the temperance to you, okay, is using something that I used to do, okay, when I worked as a teacher, okay. So we called it, let's say, pies, okay. So pies standing for physical. Okay, so physical is everything to do with your body, your body, your health. Okay, your shelter. Okay, you need shelter. You need warmth. You know, okay, to feel safe. Okay, secure. Intellectual. Okay, your mind. You know, having mental stimulation. Okay, education, learning, all those kind of things. Okay, emotional, E for, so P for physical, I for intellectual, E for emotional. Okay, so emotional needs, you know, to feel love, to receive unconditional love. Okay, to be able to recognize healthy patterns of love. Okay, okay, and so S for social, so having friends, a community, um, even your friend, your maybe your like you're outside of your, as we get older, or if we come from foster families or adopted families, we can then um, our, let's say our friends can then become our families, or um, you can develop families through a community or hobbies or interests that where you can build new relationships with others. Okay, so going back to the reading, okay, it was just a little bit to just help you, okay, here with the temperance. Now if you see, if you look at it that way, it can really help you to see, okay, so as the, okay, the image here, the figure represents the energy of like Archangel Raphael. It's like, right, let's do a bit here, let's put a bit of balance in the physical. Maybe, you know, I could look into um doing a bit more exercise here and there, look, eating healthier foods. Okay, right, brilliant, you got some balance back into your physical. Okay, maybe I need to check, am I wearing the right appropriate clothing so that I'm, you know, warm, um I've got good hygiene, all of those kind of things, etc., etc. Okay, intellectual, am I listening or reading things that will help me to develop my critical thinking, to help me to become more informative, more understanding, more aware of things. Okay, am I learning and am I evolving? Okay, for intellectual. So you put, okay, put a bit more back to balance it. Okay, those cups to balance it. Emotional, am I pouring into myself? Am I showing the love and affection that I do to others? Am I doing it to myself? Okay, and it could be right, oh, maybe I have been neglecting this area in my life, I need to top it up a bit, top it up. Okay, so that's what the temperance will be doing. And the same with social. Am I making a habit of going out, meeting new people, maybe spending some time in my areas of interest where that can allow me to meet new people and things like that. Right, let me see how I can work on that. Let me find some groups, and go and join, and just putting myself out there again, looking at that, and look what's here. Okay, so looking at this image, like putting yourself out there, thinking, okay, maybe I could do a bit here and there. So it was just a little reference to help you to understand the temperance. Okay, see the temperance as like, right, your pies, your physical, your intellectual, your emotional, and your social needs. Am I doing a balancing act with all of them? Sometimes our physical needs can be spot on. Okay, we look good, we feel good. Okay, but how is our intellectual going? How is our emotional? Okay, and sometimes what tends to be the most neglected out of all of them is our emotional needs. Okay, really taking time to, am I checking in with myself? Am I asking the questions that I need to hear, that I need to answer? Okay. Okay, so bear that in mind, because we have the Three of Swords in this position. The Three of Swords. Okay, look at that. The Three of Swords is telling us we get dared giveaway. That word has come through pile 2 as well. If you know the reference, please let us know. Okay, dared giveaway. Dared giveaway. Okay, but the dared giveaway here is that when it's come to their thoughts, their thoughts, but also how their thoughts are connected to their heart chakra, their heart center, there has been a disconnect. So this is kind of telling us, if we go back to that learning, okay, of what I've just taught to you, okay. Take it, Auntie T, Auntie T. Yeah, I was gonna say Auntie Teacher, but Auntie T. Okay, we like to do a little bit of teaching here and there, and you will get that, okay, in one of my past lives, okay. So this, having the Temperance right next to the Three of Swords, okay, and the Three of Swords in this position is telling us that there has been a neglect, there has been a lack when it comes to looking at their emotional health, their emotional needs. Okay, now it could be due to some past wounds, it could be due to some third party situations, it could be due to some kind of triangulation situation where it has put some fear, it has created some fear, some apprehension, and it feels like this person may live in their head a lot. Okay, they may live in their head a lot. Okay, take what resonates but leave the rest for others. But you may have been dealing with someone who they want to do something, but there could be a fear of doing it. And look what we have. Look what we have right behind it. The Ten of Swords and the Six of Wands. Okay, I was going to say the Six of Pentacles, but it's the Six of Wands. Okay, now perhaps there could be some Six of Pentacles going on. Okay, because if we see the Temperance being here, okay, and just mentioning the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles is that me to you, you to me vibe. Okay, we're sharing, we're giving. Okay, but also if they haven't, let's say again, going back to the pies, if they've just been working on their physical, their intellectual, their social, okay, it can mean that their emotional needs some work, okay, and sometimes that can then trickle into their other areas, okay, because if they're not working on their emotional needs, okay, it can result to it trickling into their care, their general well-being, okay. So seeing the Ten of Swords behind that is saying, yes, this has happened a lot, where it has resulted to them feeling like depleted. Something, it's like feeling depleted. Now this could be what the Three of Swords is telling us. Okay, if we look at the Ten of Swords here, okay, so we have 10 here and we have 3. Okay, so if we add that together, just breaking it down for numerology and for the tarot, 1 plus 3 gives us 4. Okay, 1. So breaking the 10 into 1, this 3. So that gives us 4. 4 represents the energy of the Emperor. Okay, it represents the energy of stability, security. This is giving us another clue, a dead giveaway, that when it comes to their emotions, it has been something that they've neglected for a long while. Now, this could also be something that they have not felt confident in sharing, and why we've been seeing a lot of like bedroom energy, because that could be maybe a safe space. It could also be a space where it's away from the outside world to see. Okay, I hope that's making sense. It's not open for the outside world to see. Okay, and so deep down they know this has been an area with the Six of Wands in this position, and the Six of Wands representing the energy of success, victory, and achievement. It has not felt it has not been an area of achievement for them. Now we see a lot of fire energy with the Temperance, Sagittarius energy, okay, and we see fire energy with the Six of Wands. So just looking at it as a fire signs, you could be dealing with a Leo, a Sagittarius, or an Aries, and we have the swords, which represents the energy of the air signs. So think of Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. So there could be a lot of fire, air energy, and perhaps the fire and air energy is wanting things to kind of like, right, you've got this idea now with your fire representing that passion energy. Go with it. Don't stall. Don't be like you've got one foot like, right, I want to do this, I want to move, and then one foot thinking, oh, maybe I shouldn't, okay? So there, it's telling us from what we can see so far that when it comes to their deep thoughts and feelings around their emotions, it needs some work here. Okay, and this is why we're getting all these messages about silence speaks. Even in silence, my heart speaks your name. Okay, missed moments, wanting to. There were so many moments I missed on. Okay, apologies, wanting to say sorry. Okay, I'm sorry for the things I've for the how things ended. Okay, but there's also new feelings here, and trying to be strategic in how they move towards you. And didn't we get emotional? Didn't we get emotional? Didn't we get emotional? I'm sure I saw the emotional. If we did, please put it in the comments. But I believe, yes, we did. The emotional. Look, and the cards have come back and shown us that it's definitely an emotional issue here. Now, again, it could be due to some past wounds. Okay? So, we've got to keep it clean and classy. But look what we have here. The Three of Cups. Now, for some of you, because we see the Three of Swords and now we see the Three of Cups, there could have been some kind of situation here which has resulted to this person feeling let down. Perhaps a sense of like a betrayal by someone, because we also have the Ten of Swords. And it feels like this may have then trickled into new connections or connections with you. Okay, perhaps it could be something to do with a friend, family, or a past love interest. Okay, okay, and it may have impacted this person. It could also, the Three of Cups could also represent where they want to be as well. Okay, if they haven't had success in their life, okay, it could be them picturing what it would be like if things do work out. Perhaps if you are still interested in them, okay, even after all this time. It could also be them living in their head, visualizing and picturing a picturesque life and view of what things would be like. And look what's on the clock. Look what's on the clock. 1, 2, okay, 3. Okay, so we've got 3 plus 2. That gives us 5. They're hoping for a change. They're hoping for a transformation. A change, a transformation. Looking at the 7 as well. Again, the messages are always timeless. So take what resonates and leave the rest. But the 7 could also be telling us they want change. They in a deep reflection, they want change. It could also be looking back at things you said to them, things you may have had a conversation with them and it feels like it's stuck, and it has invited change for them to face those fears, open up, and not to be scared of vulnerability. Okay? Okay? So, let's pull out a Jamaican proverb. Let's see what the Jamaican proverb wants you to see. Okay. So who's thinking about you and why? Who's thinking about you and why? Oh, we have if you can't catch Kwaku, okay, you catch him by his shirt. So this is where we got that strategic energy coming through. Okay? If you can't catch someone, you have to catch him by his shirt in the Jamaican style. Okay? If you can't catch Kwaku, you have to catch him by his shirt. Okay? Simply meaning that if you are trying to get to somebody, if you're trying to get into, if you're trying to get into, you've got to maneuver, you've got to figure it out. Again, as we're going back to the pies, okay, that abbreviation, physical, intellectual, emotional, and social, is coming back, okay, to reference back to it. When we were saying about if there's an area in your life that you feel like, okay, I could work on improving maybe my hobbies and interests, so I have more of a balanced life. So I'm not just dwelling on work. I'm not just like I have more things going on. And you say, right, these are my interests. I'm gonna look for any local groups, anything that will help to help me to get there. This is where you are being strategic and you're maneuvering in ways to help you to be more aligned, to balance, okay, to have things balanced, okay. So this Jamaican proverb is telling us that someone could be strategic here. Now there could be a lot of social media going on, okay. There could be some mutual connections, okay. There could be maybe you and this person have similar interests or hobbies where they may be trying to maneuver. Okay, it could also be that this person could be trying to maneuver, balance, and improve certain areas or specific areas in their life so that they are more aligned, they are more energetically aligned with you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for others, okay? But we have, look at the word, be strategic. Look at this. Ay, 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 ay. Look at that. Be strategic, okay? Now, it can also represent the energy of revenge, get your own back, traps. But what we're getting at there is being strategic. So, I'm not getting any bad vibes or anything like that. I'm just getting the energy of like someone is taking some deep sense of like deep thought and thinking, right, Jane, John said this. It's like something significant that you said that they are. It feels like it's something that significant you said, and it could be something significant about something else that somebody said. Perhaps you know somebody, or somebody. Because again, we see the Three of Swords. We see the Three of Swords, and we see the Three of Cups. There could be someone in a connection, or like a mutual connection that someone was not seen eye to eye with. Perhaps there was a sense of that. There's like, it feels like maybe a shady character, okay, and it feels like this person may have overlooked or ignored signs, even though they felt like, you know what, maybe Jane or John is onto something. It's resulted to these mistakes, and it feels like this person's like, right, I might be blocked. I may have like missed out on so many opportunities. How can I get myself more aligned, more energetically aligned to be on par with Jane or John? It could also be that this person, if it's come to the point where they feel like the lines are completely closed, they could be, right, let me heal, let me work on these areas so that I will be ready, okay, for I'll be ready and not ignore any missed opportunities again. Okay, so it feels like there could be like someone who's trying to get themselves to work on particular areas. It feels like they may have even been trying to reach out to you and say what they've not been doing or doing less of. Perhaps it could be we're getting drinking, could be something that someone's doing less of or being mindful of that, recognizing how it's impacted, because again, we're not seeing pentacles. Pentacles represents that energy of like structure, stability, security, and we're not seeing that. So it could be that they are looking into their life and thinking, right, I do need more balance, more security, more stability in a particular area, a specific area in my life. Okay. And perhaps someone has had a spiritual awakening. They may have had some kind of like a period of enlightenment, some time to, or had some alone time. Okay, alone time where they thought, right, let me sit and take a breather, and perhaps that has made them see who's who around them. Okay, it may have made them see who's who around them, and it could, perhaps they've made them feel like, you know what, Jane and John was right, you know. Jane and John was right. Because look what's behind that as well. The 10 of Wands. There's a lot of heavy burden they were carrying. Lots of heavy burden. Okay. It feels like there could also be something to do with work as well, with the 10 of Wands. Okay. Or this person may have had a way of using work or keeping themselves really busy as another way to avoid seeing those things that they didn't want to see. Okay, so let's have a look at some of those sexual feelings. We've got to keep it clean and classy. We're gonna use these instead, because you know the algorithm does not like any nudity, so we'll use some doors instead. Let's see what kind of sexual thoughts come to mind. Okay, something's trying to come through. What comes to mind? Ooh wee, and we've got one here. Look at that. Oh la la. We're just going to look at the colors alone. The sacral chakra represents the sexual reproductive, okay, organs. Okay, it represents that area which embodies the energy of passion, creativity, okay, desire. Okay? And we have this purple energy which can represent the energy of the third eye chakra, so trusting your intuition, using your discernment, and it can also represent the energy of the crown chakra, so your thinking, your ability to think. Okay, ooh la la. Okay, so this could be telling us when it comes to their thinking. Okay, again, we're getting that strong energy of that they live in their head a lot. They live in their head a lot. And this can spark this energy of things opening, okay? Do you see that this is a door, but it's got like a pathway here. So it tells us this person may, you may be dealing with a Gemini, you may be dealing with a Leo, you may be dealing with an Aries, a Sagittarius, okay? You could also be dealing with a water sign, okay? So water signs are Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. So you could be dealing with any signs, but what we see predominantly are fire signs, water signs, and air signs, but we haven't seen any pentacle signs. So sorry, we haven't seen any pentacles, so we haven't seen any earth signs. So think of Taurus, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. However, because we're seeing this energy of need of like building that stability and security, it could be embodying those energies that of where they want to be. But it could also be, you could also be dealing with an earth sign. But so far we're seeing very strong water, fire, and air signs. So just looking at these cards, because again we've got to keep it clean and classy for the algorithm. When this person lives in their head a lot, and it looks like when they get to a certain point where you can see all these like lines and they reach this tip here, we're gonna keep it clean, where it's like things are, what's coming through is the song, oh, is it something Burke? Do 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 do. If you know the song, I'm rising to the top, give it all you got. Okay, that's what it's giving to me. Okay, so it's like when those thoughts arise, and then there's a release. Okay, with the sexual reproductive energy, the sacral chakra. Okay, there's a release. Okay, and that release brings a massive relief. But then it's like this calm, when it's like, things are calmed down. It's still that reminder of like, this door's still closed. I need to take, I can't keep living in my head. But the person you're dealing with, they do live in their head a lot. Okay, gotta keep it clean and classy, but you know, okay. So let's get to tell it like it is. Let's tell it like it is. Okay, let's tell it like it is. So we're gonna pull out some tell it like it is cards, and we'll take another sip. Okay, stay hydrated and let those messages flow. Okay, all right. Again, we said we was going to keep it a little shorter, but messages wanted to flow. You know, I've been away for a while, so you know the messages needed to flow. So let's take a quick sip. So cheers to intuitive gems, and let's see Gwan. All right. Reveal the messages the collective need to see. Okay. So who's thinking about you? Ooh, one's coming through. Who's thinking about you and why? Reveal those messages. Ooh, any more? Last shuffle. Last shuffle. Thank you. Ooh la la. Look at these messages that have come through for the collective. Ooh la la. So we have, look at that. I visualize seeing a text from you, but I know I need to make the first move. Again, living in their head a lot. Living in their head a lot. Okay? I want to see you, but I hold back. Look at that. I want to see you, but I hold back. Sometimes I push you away on purpose. So again, knowing that they need to work on that, okay, balancing that area, okay, because it keeps resulting to this position. Self-sabotage, okay. My ego gets in the way, okay. And we could see that with the 6 of Wands here, as well as the 3 of Cups. Okay, there could be some ego going on here. Okay. I want to reach out, but I'm stubborn. I'm stubborn. Now, we had this vibe, this energy in pile 2. So do have a look at pile 2. I'm not ready for anything serious. And it feels like there is some healing that they need to do. There is some healing that they need to do. But because there is an energy of conflict here where it's like they tell themselves that, but really this is how they feel. But they know they've got to do that inner work. Okay? We all have to do it. Even though Auntie T, like, I read, but even during my breaks, I sit down in my little alone time and do the inner work, so I can show up, show up for you and do these reads. Even now, I've been away from the desk, and getting back into the swing of things. But we all have to do that inner work, okay? And the longer we try to run away from it or try to ignore, avoid, it's just the longer that we have. It's like sometimes the universe can put a spanner in the work to say, well, look, you can't avoid it anymore. You cannot avoid it anymore. What are you going to do? Okay? What are you going to do? Okay? What are you going to do? Okay? I'm obsessed. Just saying. Look, do you see all these conflicting messages? I'm afraid of getting hurt again. So here we go. We've got right to the core of why they may be acting a particular way. Okay? They're fearful of getting hurt. Okay? I'm trying to move on, but it's not working. I wonder if you are as confident as I am. So again, there could be some ego vibes going on. If only you knew what goes on. Look at this. You see? You see? It's all coming together. It's all coming together. It's all coming together, baby. Baby. You see, this person lives in their head. They live in their head. This door is representing that they live in their head. Okay. I know I messed up. They know they messed up. They know they messed up. Let's leave you with something that they need to surrender. Let's have a look at something that they need to surrender. I'll just quickly pull out these. Let's see what they need to surrender. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay. I didn't intend to use these ones today, but I just turned my eyes that way and it said pick up the cards. I said, okay, we'll pick up these ones then. Alright, so let's have a look and see what messages. Okay, I love these cards because these ones are like really these cards represent like that deep work, that deep shadow work. Okay, so it's a really good way, okay, of doing some deep healing. So that's a little, again, it's something I always like to do. I like to reflect, give thanks. Okay, ooh, we've got, look at this. We have surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body. Messages about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. Okay, so this is really saying trust your intuition, use your discernment. Okay, and we'll pull out this one. Surrender resentment. Holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward. Forward, forward towards. Let's rewind and start again. Holding on to resentments only poisons you. Okay, only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward towards positive situations in your life. Okay, if we keep dwelling on the hurt, all it does is just keeps us in the cycle of I don't want to be hurt again, 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 that you continue to keep hurting yourself. The Ten of Swords is saying stop that. Stop it. Myself, stop it. Stop it. Stop doing it. You hear me? Me say stop it. Me say stop. You know hear me? Me I said stop. Okay? Basically I'm just saying stop. You're not hearing me? Stop it. Stop it. Stop doing it. Stop doing this to yourself. Stop sabotaging. Stop hurting yourself. Okay? Whoever needs to hear that, please take it with kindness and genuine love. Okay? We don't want to see you keep hurting yourself over and over and over again. Okay? Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Let's see. Who's thinking about you and why? Let's see what else you need to see. Okay? Because those came out while we shuffled. But, okay. Look at that. Look at that. Surrender stubbornness. If you are tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you to communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. This goes back to what we were saying about the pies. Okay, physical, intellectual, emotional and social. Looking at areas that need a little bit of tender loving care. Okay, put a little bit more in that cup. Put a little bit more in this cup, okay? Surrender to this energy of letting go of that stubbornness. And we'll pull out this one. Surrender, denial. Yes, ignoring and avoiding things. Accept people and situations exactly as they are, without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decisions. Okay? Oi. So we're going to leave it here. Okay? We're going to leave you with some initials. So it could be a hobby, an interest, a name, a place, a location, a thing, maybe something that you know or something they know. Okay? Just take it where it resonates and leave the rest. Okay? So who's thinking about you and why? Who's thinking about you and why? Show the initials that you need to see right now. Okay? Oh, wow. It's kind of showing a heart shape. A heart shape that looks like half full and a bit sparse. Sparse. Is it sparse? Sparse. Scarce on one side. Like it's not like the temperance. You see how it's like pouring into one pouring. It could be that this person just needs to do a little bit more, showing more care to themselves. Again, it feels like it could be someone who may have like a pessimistic a view of the world and just needs to focus on things that they love and enjoy doing. Okay? Perhaps you may have had a conversation about this. Okay? Just flatten that one down. So let us know if you see any interesting patterns with the initials or anything like that. Okay. Just having a quick look and see quite a few interesting ones. Okay. Hope you can see them all. So take the messages that resonate and leave the rest for others, okay? A Saitgo. A Saitgo is Jamaican patois and it simply means this is how it goes. So take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? But always trust your intuition, use your discernment. If something don't feel, if something don't feel right, okay? Trust and believe it, okay? But we want to say big up, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up every time. If you haven't done so, please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. Let us know what you were sipping on and where you are from so we can big you up in the comments. Okay, thank you for spending time with Auntie T today. It is greatly appreciated, and thank you for all your well wishes. Thank you for all your messages. Thank you for all your likes. Thank you for all your love. Auntie T sends you that love back and more. Okay, this outlet has been created, okay, while I have been going through my own journey, okay, as a way to give love to others as well, while also, you know, receiving some of that love too, okay? So I'm so thankful and want to send you love, 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 love around here. Like Bob Marley said, one love, one heart, let's get together and feel alright. Hey, yes, that's what we're talking about round here. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. So if you feel drawn to pile 1 and pile 2, go to those piles and just gather those intuitive gems that resonate and leave the rest. Sometimes some viewers say, "Oh, Auntie T, what would you do?" Okay, always trust your intuition, use your discernment. But if you're asking for me, my opinion, when I like to go through a read, I like to go through the whole read. Okay, I think that's just the Gemini in me. I go through the whole read, and I just take what resonates, and I leave the rest. That's how it go. But sometimes with reads, and you may find this, okay, that a read, a particular area, you might think, oh, this might not resonate right now, but it may resonate later. But there might be something that you need to clock on first, or for it to then make sense. Sometimes it reads can work like that. Okay, so just take what resonates, leave the rest, but trust your intuition, use your discernment, okay? And your intuition and your discernment should guide you, okay, to what feels right. Again, if it don't feel right, trust and believe it, okay? So be sure to look good, feel good, stay blessed, keep sipping, okay? And we will see you very soon, okay, for some more juicy intuitive gems. Gwan.